Hey, good afternoon, Rambler families. It is May 14th, Friday, and we are rapidly getting close to the end of the school year. I wanted to thank everybody for helping me to get the NWEA testing wrapped up. This is our last test cycle for the 2020-2021 school year, and we've gotten this whole process down. So it went very smoothly, very few crashes or problems. I do have just a couple of makeups to do on Monday, but otherwise we are in good shape. In addition to that, our goal for the week was 70% in all classes for all students. And some kids have exceeded that, and some kids are right where they need to be. And we've got some kids who have fallen behind. I understand that the fatigue of working from home is very real, and that especially this time of year when the weather starts to get nice, I'm looking at some blue sky out the window, it can be hard to stick with it and to actually get that finished. But we are down to the last 3 weeks of school, and what's more, that last week of school, the first week of June, is quite short. Memorial Day, which is the Monday, is obviously off, and then for the schools, or for the kids here in the building, Thursday and Friday are considered half days. I'm teaching music that Tuesday. I'm teaching music that Thursday, which is a half day. So my availability that last week of school will be somewhat limited. What I'm actually encouraging all of my families to do is if there's any possible way for your child or children to finish all of their work prior to Memorial Day, that would be fantastic. That would allow me the chance to get those grades entered into Power School early. There just won't be any last-minute problems if we can get that work finished. I did also have one parent ask, and you can use your discretion whether or not you want to share this with your children, but I had a parent ask me about kids who finished early, if there was any expectation for them to do more work that last week of school. And officially, yes. Officially, we would expect that everybody would be working on Pathblazer or their workbooks or practice reading, whatever they would normally be doing if they were done. But I will tell you that for that one last week, as long as I get my communication, if you decide to engage in some extracurricular activities, if you would like to go to the zoo in Grand Rapids or something, instead of doing Pathblazer, you will get no arguments from me on that last week of school. And speaking of the end of the year, I did want to put this out. I've been thinking about just all the fun things I've always done with my students on the last day of school, or right around that last day of school. And I'm wondering if it would be worth considering trying to get our class together. Now, this is a very unique year. It is a year of COVID, and some of the restrictions they've begun to lift some of them, especially for outdoor activities, in terms of masks and things like that. But I was wondering if that was something that people were interested in, if they would like to try to get together as a class. The other thing I thought of, though, too, is that, first of all, we got 6 different grade levels. I've got kids in kindergarten, I've got kids in 5th grade, and everything in between. So trying to find an activity that would interest everybody might be a challenge. The other challenge is that a lot of my kids don't necessarily know each other. They might know a couple of the other kids that share a grade level, but although I feel like I've got a really good relationship with every one of my students and all of my families, they don't necessarily know each other. And so we all get together, and everyone's like, "Hey, who are you? Who?" I don't know if that would be a great idea, or if that would be something like, you know what, Mr. Mead, we're good. Let's just celebrate the fact that we survived 2020, 2021. If you've got thoughts on that, just shoot me a text or an email. Let me know. And if I get a good response, hey, let's have a picnic. Let's meet up here and do such and such. I'd be more than willing to do that if there's an interest, and if not, that's okay too. Most of all, I'm just really thankful. I have really enjoyed getting to work with your students, with your children, my students, and with my families. Oh, look, I've got someone to approve on NWEA right now. Look, I'm doing it while I'm filming. All right. Really enjoyed working with you this year. We've just got a couple more weeks. So full court press to the finish line, and I'll look forward to talking to you next week. Thanks so much, Ramblers.